Alright, how we doing, folks? Your boy Marcos, Wasteland Wednesday, Titanfall edition. And this, honestly, I think it kind of almost is a Titan Tuesday kind of game, because this guy came down pretty close over here, playing a little attrition. What I want to talk about, I want to do a little two-part thing right here. This week I'm going to talk a little bit about how I feel playing as a pilot, or the main character, as in like the guy we're running as right now. And next week I'm going to try to talk about a little more about the Titan thing. And I mean, there'll be some crisscross, mishmash, all that hood stuff going in between over there. So in terms of feeling with the Titan, that was one of the things that even when I was playing the beta that I already loved about it. And, it's one of the things I liked when I played Battlefield 4 about the fluidity of the character movement in that. It's one of the things I really appreciated about Ghost, how they made man-turn so much quicker, blah, 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 all that good stuff. And Titanfall just takes it to a whole nother level because you could climb up over anything. I mean, literally, my motto with Titanfall is, if I see it, maybe I could get there. So that's kind of how I try to play it. Check this out. Hold on. So I'm popping fools out here, popping fools, and then all of a sudden I'm popping fools. Oh, hold on. I think it comes a little bit later. I'm thinking about maybe jumping over there, and then I look, turn around, my grunt's over here. I'm like, what the? Get out of here. And that's why I'm not a big fan of bots myself, because I mean, these guys are just straight up morons. But maybe they should make a bots like hard mode, like. But bots are just like beasts. I don't know. Anyway, you like cloak yourself, and these guys like barely know like what happened. They're like, what? Where did he go? He's invisible. But I love the fluidity of movement. If you could see it, I could feel like I get there. That's kind of how I play Titanfall. What I play as a pilot. Anything is, it's limitless between the double jump, between the running and whatnot, which I'm trying to do a little bit better. And one of the things, for example, here I'm kind of sparkling. I'm kind of doing this just because I know that these are probably grunts that I'm running into and not too many pilots, even though there are some pilots you get thrown in here. But you always want to be on higher ground. That's what we want to do, and that's something that's I really appreciate. Because if you listen to any of my Wasteland Wednesday videos, especially when I was giving tips on Ghost and stuff, I always said stay up high. Can we get much higher tonight? So you got to try to stay up high, and that's something that I always try to preach in any game, and especially in this over here. Honestly, don't be scared to try to get up there. It's kind of something that I had to break over there. Instinctively, I look at it and I think like for example, once again, in Call of Duty, I'm like, man, if I do that jump, I'm not gonna nail it. I'm just gonna fall and die, and that won't be good. And I seen this thing's about to blow up. I'm like, you know what, man? You're doomed. You're deuces. And I'm looking for the pilot. I'm like, where'd you go, bro? Did you eject? Did you not eject? I'm like, I don't even know what happened to you. And I see a guy up there. My man, you are gone. But yeah, don't be scared to try. It's limitless. There's no pain. When you land, there's no hurt, no nothing, no damage. So try everything you can and try to get from point A to point B better, and also use the zip lines that are there as well. Some maps have zip lines. You're able to take them from point A to point B quick, and you could shoot while using them, so you're not as bad. When I first did this show, I was like, man, hell no, I ain't taking no zip line. I saw my gun was out. I'm like, okay. Also playing this pilot, the weaponry. I'm really still kind of. I had to mute these guys. I'm like, man, y'all keep talking. I don't want to hear that. The weaponry, I really like that first carbine. That's kind of like where I'm at right now. I have used some burn cars that allow me to use other weapons, I have used an SMG, even I have used a shotgun. The thing with the carbine that gives me is it's good enough at short range for me to be able to do the damage, and it's pretty good for me at long range, and I suppress it as well, so I don't show up on the map. Because it depends. There's a perk that allows you to see where the grunts are, which I would highly advise to use, because you want to kind of use the grunt. I see this guy using his vortex shield. I'm like, say word, bro. So this guy, I'm like, man, this guy's messing me up. But I used to, a lot of times with the vortex shield shoe, I just try to put it up on my health slow, just to try not to get any damage if he does happen to shoot me over there. Because you want to get that shield back in your Titan. But Titan's the next week. The gun, it's got a very good range on it, even with the suppressor. I'd always suggest using the one where it shows you where the grunts are, because you want to kill those grunts so you can get your Titan quicker. And also, you want to know where if the grunts are dying, that there's probably an enemy over there as well. So I like to have as much information as I can on my radar. That's why I use that perk. And then I try to not be on the radar. That's why I just put on a suppress on the gun. And honestly, it feels pretty good with the suppress as well. I'm not going to compare it to the ACR, Modern Warfare 3, when you suppressed it, it felt so good, but it's kind of got that same effect to it. And once again, just the freedom of movement that I get with my pilot, it's just crazy. For example, when I get out of this Titan, I just fly all the way up in the sky, and that's something that I can't compare to in any game. I mentioned before, I think that in Battlefield 4, or in Battlefield 3, whatever, where you got big ass buildings and blah blah, but you have to take elevators to get there, or you have to parachute down onto them. Here it's there's a tall building, I'm gonna get there. I don't need no help. All I gotta do is climb over there. And that feeling that you can literally conquer anything on the map, whether it be Titan, whether it be building, whether it be other pilot. That makes you feel powerful. And you could have games of Titanfall, and I've had games of Titanfall where I'm like, man, I killed it this game, I did so good, and you look at your final score, you don't really got that much on your final score, and like you're like 4th on your team out of like 5, and you're like, what the hell? Like I thought, like everything turns epic. I think this game has a very big epicness to it, and doing things that in other first-person shooters are just kind of normal, you know? Like jumping in most first-person shooters is kind of like, nah, but jumping in Titanfall is like, yeah, like look how high I'm gonna get, look how crazy it is. It just feels good. The presentation's smooth in it. It's thoroughly impressive, and the scale of the maps, you know, let me take a moment to talk about the maps. Just the scale of the maps, you kind of don't notice it at the beginning when you first start, because it's just, you know, you just see like a bunch of buildings and whatnot. But you know, my favorite part to know is how big, like just how jam-packed these maps are. I'm trying to evade this Titan over here. I'm like, my dude, let me go, let me go. And I'm trying to jump on a rodeo. And I'm like, come on, go on. But you gotta kind of get behind them, not in front, and then eventually, yep, I get squashed. That was not a pleasant sight. Look how stupid I look over there. And I wanted to see that kill cam anyway. I was just so curious to see how dumb I looked. And, yep, looked pretty dumb right there. But the scale of the maps, you know, when you eject out of there and you just see everything, you see the battle going on under, and it's crazy. Like there's Titans, there's pilots, there's fronts, there's all this going on. You're high up above, just trying to pinpoint. You got like 5, 6, 7 seconds where I'm gonna go. It's just the epic and grandiose scale over there that they did with this game. And yeah, playing as a pilot, you know, when you think about it, when you first like mentioned the game, when I first saw the game, I was kind of like, this is so overpowered, like I'm just gonna get a Titan and I'm just gonna kill anybody. Like that's pretty much it. And it doesn't work like that at all. You know, it depends. You know, you could have really good successful rounds in your Titan, or you could have times like right now where I just got in my Titan and look at this barrage of just crap that I'm receiving. Like my shield's all the way down, my health's going down. I stand very little or no chance over here. Whereas if I stayed as a pilot, you know, one thing that I do, for example, look at this, just all the way high up, and I'm thinking, where do I go, where do I go, where do I go? And I'm like, hey, you know what, we'll just land over here. One thing you could do as a pilot, you know, you could leave your Titan there, kind of that, and they'll come up to your Titan to mess it up, you know, leave it in auto mode, and then maybe you can rodeo as a pilot. It really, like, there is no clear favorite as to what you're better off in being, Titan or pilot. Obviously, the Titan, you got some advantages, you know, that you won't have as a pilot. Like, you just jump over people and stuff. I mean, check this out. You know, this Titan just shot me. I survived it. Now I'm rodeoing over here. And, you know, eventually I threw in a nade over there. And unfortunately, I cooked a little bit too much, so I died. But, you know, I was on top of it. I could have survived it. I could have destroyed that Titan. And once again, this game comes down pretty much to the wire here. That's why I wanted to put this video up over here. It's kind of like my first Titan Tuesday. Next week, I got a monster game. Probably my best game so far on Titanfall by far. But this one, I'm looking at the score. I'm like, man, I better not mess this up. We need 2 more points to win over here. And I'm noticing, I'm like, okay, they're at 46, 40, or 20, pardon me. I mean, we need 2 more points. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we did. So anyway, they were creeping up over there, and I'm like, man, I don't want to get anywhere near you guys. Then you get that blog over here. Once again, talking about that scale over there, just the fact that, you know, it kind of like looks like it has an ending. Maybe it's my 3rd Titan of the match over here. Gonna get up in there. Maybe we got some better success than we do in the other ones. Also, cool thing, you know, with the pilot is that, you know, if you manage to do survival there at the end, you can. And this guy tried to spit that back at me. I'm like, no, sir, we don't play that. We don't play that. We don't play around. By the way, I actually got to see 50 Cent the other day. It was that serious, man. Cool ass dude, man. That's my dude, Fitty, dog. Told him, should have told him about Blood in the Sand, man. I wanted to tell him so bad about Blood in the Sand, the bloody sand. As someone was saying, see this thing running at me, like, dude, I don't even know who you are, dog. Like, chill, bro. And then this thing being destroyed over there, I didn't even notice that this thing was above me. But the fact that you get to escape as a pilot kind of adds a little finale to it. It kind of gives you like a little more hope, you know, something to do, actually. And by the way, if you land on top of the ship, it puts you inside of it as well. That's a very good tip over there for that. So overall, playing as the pilot is pretty damn cool. A lot better than I expected. It's smooth. It's beautiful. It's Titanfall. It's Wasteland Wednesday. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that hood stuff. Subscribe to me on the channel. Everything's in the description below. We outie.